Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham, Jason Cole, RCGroups.com. It is our Hangout. Jason, we have a lot to talk about this week. I don't even know if you're aware of it.
What's up? I know there's a lot of news, a lot of cool stuff happening.
Yep. And today, I think you see what I do after I do it, but lots of new airplanes released today. I sent out an RC Groups email yesterday. I sent out a Flying Giants mass email to almost 40,000 people today. 106,000 plus people on the RC Groups email yesterday. And then all these stories. So I want to go all over those, but I was thinking, you know what might be cool, Jason, is our live viewers jump on.
Ice is cool.
Ice?
No.
You know, I was going to tell a story about a rapper, but I'm not. So I thought maybe you could jump in. I haven't looked at it, so I could be asking you to do something that you shouldn't do. Maybe jump into the review that you've been working on for the Convergence.
Negative. I'm not ready to show what I've got there, but I can show the airplane.
Come on, man. What about your flight video? Don't you have any flight video edited up?
No. I've got it in my editor, but I haven't put in any flight footage yet. I've just gone through my talking portion and showing bits and pieces about it. So it's not done.
Well, let me prep that by saying that when we got there were guys that have the big Convergence, and they're very excited to see this in the air. And so while we're trying to shoot our video, there were people yelling in the background, do forward flight, do a flip. Then they just wanted to see how it compared to the big boy, which Jason's going to talk about flying this, and then he's going to talk about flying. Actually, somebody handed him one of the big ones right after he flew this, so you can actually go over that too.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shut up now.
I've got all of the experience. My favorite part, though, is I get to the field, and you come a little bit after me, and I have this in the box, and then I see Jim grab original Convergence, take it over to the table, and start taking pictures of it, like, intently, like, with a purpose. And I'm like, wait a minute, Jim, you know that's not the mini one, right? It's right here.
It's like, oh, I thought, whose is this though?
The guy's like, what's he doing with my airplane?
So I have all those photos.
Yeah, that's right. The E-Flight Mini Convergence, it's cute. It doesn't taste very good. Jim asked me to bite it for a picture, which we did do. But it's essentially just a scaled down version of the big one. Everything functions exactly the same way. What I did like was the manual gives you two different setup, for your transmitter, two different ways to set it up. So you've got options. An easy way if you're new to multi-rotor or VTOL aircraft, where it puts all of the flight modes on one 3-position switch. So you've got hover mode with stability on, airplane mode with stability on, and airplane mode with stability off. So you lose the ability to do acro when in multi-rotor hover mode. But if you feel a little bit more experienced, you can have two switches. Have one just for controlling airplane and hover modes, and one for just controlling stability modes on or off. So I set it up that way, so I've got two switches so I could try out everything and see how it flies. I had never flown a Convergence, the original one, until was it yesterday? 2 days ago.
Yeah, after you flew the baby.
Tuesday. Yeah, after I flew this one, even I flew a big one. So it's good to get that reference point of how they both handle. So I can say this one flies very similarly to the original Convergence. It's really stable. Stability mode's just a piece of cake. It's hands-off flying. It self-levels all by itself. It's real easy. Acro mode in airplane mode. So many modes to think about. Perfectly fast, not crazy fast. I don't even know where to put it. Maybe 45, 50 miles per hour. It's not a big airplane, and it's durable because I just threw it halfway across the room. Didn't break a thing. But so it's got a lot of power. You can do loops and rolls. The rolls weren't very axial. They were sort of barrel rolly to this. I'm sure you can maybe adjust that. You can trim mechanically the angle here and mess with the elevons a little bit, maybe some differential or something, but you could probably tune that out a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. You'll see it in the video when I show it. Rolls fine. Acro mode and multi-rotor mode The guys were telling me that somebody crashed their original one by doing a front flip too low to the ground.
Steve Johnson did.
And it took too long to flip, and he hit the ground. So I was like, I'm gonna go high and do flips and stuff. But so back flips were pretty good and fast. It loses some altitude, but not a whole lot.
I guess it's because your back prop is on that flipping axis, and if you do a front flip, well, the front props are near the nose. I don't know why the front flip would be different.
Well, yeah, maybe it's I don't know. You would think it'd be doing really well with this back motor, thrusting over for front, but
right.
I don't know, or maybe it's just because it's got two pulling through. But it flips backwards great. Front's okay. It just takes a little bit more altitude. The roll rate is pretty good. You kind of increase throttle and flip it over, and then you come back down and end up where you started essentially. But they were kind of funky. It was sort of getting off axis a little bit, and it's a giant foam wing trying to go through the air. It's probably got some drag and resistance, and so just takes some getting used to.
You did the video on the Maiden, and I'm wondering if you need to fly this thing some more and get another video after you know it better.
I'm thinking about that too, because I probably want to get a better look at some aerobatics.
Right.
We'll see. I'll go through it. I haven't got to that part in my video yet. So I'm almost there, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, just, you got a nice little hatch there. It takes a 3-cell 800, really cheap batteries.
You were getting 5 minutes out of it or 3?
Yeah, I was flying 5 minutes, like they say, and it was, 20-something% at the end of it. So it was right at time to land. And you're going to use more power in hover mode because it's running all 3 props. It's using all the thrust and lots more power to stay in place. When you're flying in airplane mode, it's a lot more efficient. The third motor's off. Just takes less power to fly. So you can extend your run times by flying in airplane mode. So here's the big takeaway for me that I learned after flying both. This one flies every bit as good as the original. It's smaller, it's lighter, it's more durable because it weighs less. You're going to be able to fly it in smaller spaces. The only big difference that I noticed was all the guys were telling me about the transition with the original. At the very end of it, it does this oscillation thing, and we all saw that, and I experienced it when I did it. It's not like a debilitating thing. It's just kind of this weird, why is it doing that? It feels like the gyro gain's set too high. So they were all like, well, let's see if this one does that. And the transitions were relatively smooth. I didn't see any of that oscillation happening. The only thing that I noticed was it would start going forward, increase in power, and then at the very final transition, because it's a multi-stage process that's all automated, at the very end of it, it would kind of dip a little bit. Go down in pitch just slightly, and it could be just the angle of the motors, the trim, who knows, but it wasn't a problem, and it was a lot better looking than the original doing that oscillating stuff. So I was happy with it. It was like I came away thinking, okay, this was fun to fly. I'm kind of a weird guy. I'm not just like a one trick thing where I only just like warbirds or something. I kind of like everything that flies, so it's a little bit tricky, but I did have fun with it, and that's important because otherwise, what's the point, right?
Lee asked a good question. He says, more fun than the Expert. I've got my Expert sitting back here, and I was actually had it in my hands the other day, and I know you fly your Expert sometimes. What are your thoughts?
It's a great question, and this might be a little controversial. I don't know why. It almost seems like the Experts aren't selling very well because they've just killed the price on them. They're like $79 for the bind and fly.
But that's all an assumption. We don't know that.
Yeah, and it is an assumption, and it seems like people have talked about they crash them or they have a hard time landing them, which it's harder to land because it's it's a high CG point and everything, VTOL. This is a lot easier to land, but I think I have more fun with the Expert.
Huh.
It seems like it's faster, it's more aerobatic, the roll rate's insane on it. I like going up and using the differential thrust and doing those knife edge spins on a vertical line. This one's still fun and very aerobatic, but personally, the other one just feels like it's a more aerobatic airplane. It's just, I don't know. You can just horse around with it more, and maybe it's a little bit harder to fly than the mini Convergence. So You want something easier to fly, very easy to take off and land in VTOL mode, transition smoothly, automatically, very safe, easy to fly airplane, mini convergence. If you want to go, you know, next level aerobatics, still with the VTOL we're talking about, we're not talking 3D. The Expert's going to be, you know, a good one too for that. But they're really similar in size. You know, they take the same batteries essentially.
That's interesting, but the Expert's much cheaper.
The Expert's a whole lot cheaper, yeah.
So somebody brought up the Optera 1.2, the baby Optera, which I actually have a review sitting in the box waiting to go out. Check this out on the Optera. I did this yesterday. So the Optera has, in the description, it says it has channels for LED lights. And I have attempted to put LEDs on multiple planes, Jason, but they always come off. Always. If they don't come off when I like NashBro's next week, and that would be the one time I would actually fly at night. And if they don't come off at the field, which they do, they come off sitting in the shop. Just gravity will ultimately pull them off. And I know I probably need to use something else. So I got in this wing. Now I have not had any confirmation from Horizon. No one has contacted me, but dang damn it, the light. Okay, check this out. See these two slots right here?
Yes,
These have foam in front of them with a slit in the middle. And to me, without talking to anyone, this seemed, and two of these made the most sense. This seemed like the best way to get in the wing. And surely this was my way to go to the channel inside, right? Okay. So I took an X-Acto and I cut the foam off, but then there was a hard piece of plastic back here, but it was slitted on both sides. And so I thought, well, I still feel like this is the channel. So I cut the slits out. And these channels only go about that deep. These are obviously not where your lights go. So
what do you do?
I went to RCGroups.com, the world's largest and most active RC web network, Matt Gunn. And I found out that the guys on the thread, where this little servo attachment goes, there's two screws, and they said that is where your LEDs go. Okay. So I'm not going to take it out, but I took a single strand of LEDs here and I slid it in, but it would only go to the servo. And that didn't feel like enough. And so I took an American flag from the 4th of July and slid it in and found out that this slot goes past the servo and goes to here. So not much farther.
Okay.
And I slid the LED light in, which I can demonstrate, although it's so bright in front of me, you can't see it. But then I realized the slot was big enough to double the lights over on themselves so that you would have an LED on the top and the bottom.
Okay, all right.
And that kept me from cutting the LEDs. And so I thought, okay, that's a great solution. I stopped there because I haven't decided where to go from here. So this is the wing. You can't see it. I'd have to shut my window to see it. See if I can go back here.
Oh, it's beautiful. It looks white. It's like really nice, bright white light.
Anyway, you can sort. There you go. That's the light that you get on the inside right there. Why is it blinking? Okay. But as you can see, having it on the outside would be much better, I think. So I haven't decided what to do, but I am here to tell you that if you want to put lights in this wing, that servo hatch cover there is how you get in there.
Cool, man. Well, that's good info for those guys.
Yep. I spent too much time on it. I was going to do a whole story on this, but I have not got an answer on the whole concept behind this. And then I went on the internet, looked everywhere, looked in manuals and threads and videos and anything you can get your hands on. I watched all the Horizon videos. They talk about the feature, but no one talks about the feature. It's, how to access it and all that stuff. So
yeah,
that happened.
Very cool.
There's a lot of, I was going to say kick ass, but I'm not going to say that. There's a lot of good news on the internet right now. Someone down. Okay, and I'm going to zoom here. Zoom. So this is all the news I created this morning. Jason actually has some news I want to cover as well. The FAA, I've been talking with, and I've not been talking to the FAA.
I haven't watched this. You need to tell me what's up. Did you watch it?
The AMA, here's what I'm going to say. The AMA has been working hard on some FAA regs that may or may not go through by the end of the month. So we should all pray that these people are, I don't want to use the word inept, let's say busy, that all the people in the government are busy and they do not push anything through. The deadline is September 30th. And if they don't get it handled by then I think we have another 12-month window before we have to worry about this again.
Wow, okay.
I really would like to not worry about things for 12 months. It's kind of my goal on everything in life. But we have a whole video from Chad who talks about it. We have some text down here, and then there's also a blog that you can go check out. Now, I can tell you that after posting this, no one has gone AMA negative yet in the thread, at least my last check. And generally, that's where everybody goes. They go AMA negative. It's great to see the AMA is at least trying to fight for our cause. So that's good. So go check that out and find out more. Basically, what's happening is, I'm just going to tell you straight up what I think is happening here. It has nothing to do with you or me or quads hitting helicopters at forest fires. It only has to do with one thing. And that's big money owning the airspace like Amazon so they can fly their products around in the air, which I believe is crazy and never going to happen in the first place. But that doesn't mean they won't try to take our rights and pursuit of happiness in an effort to own that airspace. So that's what the AMA is fighting for.
I think it will happen.
You think drones are going to deliver pizzas through this airway?
Yeah, I do. I it's not feasible currently, but I think it will be.
Well, then I'm going to start the forum where everyone talks about how they take out drones and how getting drones is their favorite way to make money now. They take them out of the airspace and resell them and break them down for parts, and they keep whatever's. It's going to be a whole new world. Anyway, let's not get stuck there. Let's move on to something cool. Like the brand new today released Hangar 9 P-51, the most loved RC plane in the world. If you ask me, if you had to say what do you think the number one selling RC plane of all time ever, it's got to be the P-51. And it looks to me like Allie is a part of this. Why do I think that? Right there. They caught him walking away with one. So I'm pretty sure Allie was involved. It's kind of a Bigfoot photo, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I'm going to do it. I did it before with Bruce. You remember that?
Yes.
Where it's Bruce. I'm going to do a Bigfoot photo with this as soon as this podcast is over. Anyway, that's just me. Oh, by the way, do I have it? I was working on something. Boy, I'm going off topic here. Let's see if I can actually. Did I delete it? No, I didn't turn it off. Let's see if it's here. This is moderately funny and a little bit. It shouldn't be political because that's not my intention. Woo. Okay. Let's see if I can full screen this. And 1 second, everybody. There might be a good payoff here. Okay. Sorry.
And drum roll, please.
Okay. First, let me say that my whole life has been trying to do stupid stuff. Okay. Wait, what happened?
You're looking at yourself now.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to get on the right screen. Let me see if it'll do it. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if we totally just left RC Depot.
Is that Mr. Kravitz right there?
Lenny Kravitz, who I really think is cool. Went out a couple of years ago in a giant scarf.
That is massive.
Now, here's the crazy part. I thought that was the photoshopped scarf. No, that's the actual picture. And each year he's upset because he can't get away from the scarf. He says each year they Photoshop it so it's 30% bigger. So the one this year, the scarf is like as big as he is, right? Well, I always see memes and I'm like, I want to create a meme, And so when I saw the scarf, last night before dinner, I worked on a meme. And so let's see if I can make it happen. So my meme was going to be Anderson Cooper reporting out of Lenny Kravitz's scarf. So this is that image that everybody's making fun of Anderson Cooper kneeling in water, which he wasn't actually doing. You know, that's actually from a whole other flood 10 years ago. Do you not get the reference, Jason? You haven't seen all this Anderson Cooper?
I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
Well, he's in flood waters, and then everyone's saying that he's on his knees to make it look deeper.
Really?
So my theory is that we would put Anderson Cooper in. Boy, you didn't get. Maybe someone out there thinks it's funny.
Anyway. I'm sure they're laughing all over the internet right now.
I'm gonna go look at the live chat. Anyway, back to RC. Yeah, that's just what I do before dinner. Yeah. So the P51 is out. P51, it's expertly constructed. You know what? I have 0 specs on here. It's a 20 cc ARF, 69.5 inches. And based on the photos, it has retracts and a lot of good stuff. So it's good looking. But that's not all, Jason.
I love how we're doing every airplane in the CC rating. I think this would have been a 60 size airplane in the day, glow engine.
Interesting, but now we've gone gas because nitro's over.
Yeah.
Did you see this boat?
Yeah, I did. I was like, dang it, I was gonna post that up later, but you already did it.
Well, you got me on that Hobby King post, and that basically the way I do it is when they come in the mailbox, and the one that you got, it went in a different. It didn't go in J Graham. It went to a different one. So I was like, that's how I missed that. But this thing's awesome. Well, no, I'll do that in a second. It's a ProBro Aero Trooper 25-inch, and it's not little. We'll look at the video in a second. First of all, I like that it's black and that it has guns and it has teeth. Really, they've given me everything I wanted.
Black and red, guns and teeth.
But it's not a little boat. It's not a gigantic boat. That would be a boat that I would be like, if somebody were to give me this for Christmas, I'd be excited.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you a cool thing. The question for me is, when am I ever, they always use the best music. When am I ever at the lake?
Yeah.
Never is the answer. So
it floods, and then you get that nice thing at the back of your house flooding over.
Did I tell you I have a guy working in the backyard right now laying the concrete patio?
Oh, cool. Nice. No,
that's happening. Here's what I was going to show you is that you're not only limited to water with this thing. He's about to take it on the bank.
Boom. Well, there you go.
What kind of weapon is that? Like a 50 cal? BAR front mount?
Day or night.
LED lights, which everything needs LED lights. Slow motion. Hold on. I thought we were getting to the good part here. Here we go. You can drive it in the grass.
Yeah, buddy.
Pretty awesome.
Look at that spray. It is one of those things where you see it and you're like, it is pretty cool, you know, even if you're not a boat guy. You're like, that's pretty awesome.
All right. Now I'm going to jump to the hottest thing that I've done a story on in the last 2 weeks. The Pitts S1S 850 Bite and Fly with AS3X Safe Select EFL 3550. Everyone is stoked about this. Okay. 6,000 views, Jason. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah. It's because everybody wants it now. Somewhere on these screens, I have the live channel, which I'll go look at in a second. But this thing is awesome. Go check it out. I was saying at the field that it ran on the 4S, and it does, 3S and 4S. And we showed this last week, but it'll hover. It does hard sport maneuvers, and it's awesome. And you know what I want to see? I want to see if no one sends this to us as a review, what would it cost?
$199.
And that's for the Bite and Fly Basic. So
hey, guess what? That's the same price as the Mini Convergence, FYI.
Ha! Look at that. That's not too little.
No, you know, it's a park flyer. It's a park flyer biplane.
That's kind of a must-have. I wish I had that right now to take next week to the airfield. All right, all right. Let's go ahead and talk about. We'll show a picture and then we'll let Jason talk for a second. This is my design shirt from Joe Nall of this year that was canceled, but all the shirts theoretically have hermetically hermetically.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
That's the word.
Hermetically sealed at the one of the main barn areas up there at Triple Tree. And Jason Cole and Nikolai will be giving these away on Thursday. Where? At the 3D line. I changed it to a golf cart full of shirt instead of golf carts. And it'll be at 11 a.m. sharp. And the big question, can I have 5 shirts? We don't think you can. Unless you can take Jason. Maybe you could wrestle them away from him.
I'm only 5'10", 160, so you probably got a good shot at taking
160. And then while we're at it, well, I'll probably come back in here in a second. But I was on the phone with Mike Gregory and Mark Davidson from Triple Tree, and we were talking about other stuff, but they wanted to make sure everybody knows that the weather is great there. This is an actual photo from 2 days ago. And they said, make sure everybody knows that the campgrounds are ready. And you can tell that the water's up for sure. In fact, I've never seen it that high. But they said everything's rocking, everything's ready to go. And now we're going to jump to Jason Cole, who is about to leave. Jason, tell us all about it. What's going to happen? Are you bringing a scooter? Are you camping? What's the deal?
We'll have segways. We'll have golf cart. We'll have all the fun, but mostly just a camera. So we'll be there Wednesday morning probably. And all the way through the end of the show, taking pictures, shaking babies, all the things that you do.
And so, do you know where you're going to camp? Do you have you got a hotel room? I
got a hotel so we can get to internet. And yeah, I mean, we're going to be, I don't know what to expect. Is it going to be as big as a Majo Nall, or I just really don't know. So we're just going to have to play it by ear when we get there, but I'll be all over the place, all the flight lines, taking pictures, hanging out, talking to everybody. I may bring a DLG or something to fly. In the evening time, I'll have my Mavic with me. I'll try to get some air shots so we can see what's going down at Triple Tree. But I think the weather's going to be pretty good. I think everybody's going to turn out. I think people were missing, Nall from the May, and they're ready for Nall in the fall.
Well, Nikolai's already down there. Am I wrong?
Is he? What?
Maybe not. Maybe Tim King's already. No, I think Nikolai's already down there.
No. Tim is there. They're having the heli extravaganza right now.
I thought I saw Nikolai posting this morning, but I can't verify that.
He's on the chat right now, so he's probably not at.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's how you find out quick. Dang it. I thought you were down there. So, Jason, what else? You're going to Joe Nall. I was going to talk about NashBro. That is next week. I'm going to guess. What do I do? I can't remember now. I think Wednesday I'm going to go down and put up all my flags just so you know where the main line is. And then guys will be there already, and I'll make sure that they are parked where tents and trucks should be. And then generally I come home Wednesday and I go back Thursday, and then I stay Thursday night, Friday night. And we're actually
we will not have a show next week.
What?
We will not have a podcast next week.
There will not be. We've actually attempted to do that, and it never works. So there's no reason to attempt it. And we will be in the field, both of us. So I won't be able to help Jason. He won't be able to help us. Saturday high of 75. I actually have not looked at the weather very hard. I'm not going to until we get a little closer for either show, because what's the point, really?
Yeah.
And I'm only, I've done it so much, my show, that I know in advance what I'm thinking I'm going to bring. So usually the most fun I have, which is, sorry for all you 3D pilots. Well, I'll bring one 3D plane. I'll bring my big 60-inch Lamiak. And then I've got 3 Horizon FPV planes, 3DW, the F-27 Evolution, and the Optera 1.2. And the reason for multiple rigs is I usually always kill at least one airplane at Joe Nall, never on purpose, always on accident, but it always seems to happen. You were there with me that day, Jason, that I was inverted and I killed that ready-made RC airplane.
I was there, yeah. It's just, I don't know. You think you got to break the curse this year, Come away with 0 crashes, no broken parts.
Well, the Type W is hard to actually break. So she's ready and hot. I'm pretty sure I've got everything. I got to make sure. Yeah. So now it's time to start getting all that ready. Battery chargers, all that stuff. And what are you bringing to Fall in the Nall? Are you going to bring some paragliders from Opal?
I may bring I've got the Hacker big one. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Nick was asking me earlier what I'm going to bring. I was like, I don't really know. It's like he mentioned it earlier. It's like you end up bringing all this stuff and then you have all this stuff. And then do you ever really get to use all of it?
You keep crawling through it every day to get to something else, right?
It's just like, I may try to go just super slimline this year, but we'll see.
Well, let me say the beauty of now I ruin most of my airplanes taking them places. So, the beauty of a foam wing is that you can like the Optera 1.2 has these upturned, winglets on the end. And I was actually talking to somebody and went to shake their hand and dropped it on the winglet and boink like, oh, and I'm happy to say that I went back and checked on it and the foam completely went back to normal. So good on the Optera 1.2. I'm curious. The other thing is that when I go to an event like that, so I line up lawn chairs and I'll have 2 sets of Fat Sharks. And then I'll also carry my goggles, from Empire that I just reviewed.
Yeah.
So that'll be 3 sets of goggles. And then usually I set a goggle in each chair, hanging on the back. And then people ask me, or I decide during the day that I want to go fly. And so I'll sit there and fly throughout the day. And so the thing that's cool is that by the end of the show, you know what your favorite plane is. You know that you like F-27 because of this or this, you know.
Well, Jim, I got an idea. It's going to revolutionize your event.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
I'm already. Well, I can't tell you. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
You need to rent one of those portable blow-up projector screens.
Right.
Get a projector, feed it into the analog, and have giant, 20-foot FPV screen that everybody can watch and do night flying over the fire, around the fire, all through the field with the night vision stuff. I bet that would be a ton of fun to watch.
That sounds like a whole career you could make going around to events and doing that. That's a great idea.
Would be great. And then you would have to worry. You'd only have to worry about the guys hovering into the screen. Get as close as they can. And
right. Well, project. Andy Engel in the live chat says projector race quad gate on the screen. Okay, but maybe what I'm thinking, Andy, is that the screen is also a gate. So not only are you watching it on the screen, they have to fly through the screen as part of the activity.
That's getting crazy.
Yeah, we broke the 4th wall on that one. Hey, live chat, did anyone get my meme that I was making? If so, please. Otherwise, I'll feel like I wasted like a whole hour of my life last night at 6 o'clock. Nope. Jason, you don't count. You don't even like cats. By the way, my cat's sleeping in the window right now. So NashBro's coming. Like I say, I'm headed down Wednesday. That puts me in Leapers Fork all day. And then I come home and then I'm gone till Sunday after that. And then you're gone Monday. You're headed down and might have a little special featurette coming out of Eagle Tree's labs, flying with those guys.
Yeah, I get to go see John and go to the gun club and fly some air. I may try to see if I can get some kind of airplane we can shoot. I don't know if you can do that legally. I don't know why you couldn't, but there's got to be a way to do that safely. So I don't know. We'll see it. We might have some fun.
I would like to quiz John on that new Mossberg Shockwave and see if he has any thought. Oh, my cat's right back here by this guitar.
Hey, cute cat.
I'm curious to see if he likes or does not like the Shockwave.
Yeah, how much tannerite do you think I can fit in a little airplane? Would be so fun.
Well, if somebody would make the Dangdo GB that I want, you could get a whole keg of it in there. Oh, me.
You'd have to like drop it from an airplane to get it to fly.
Okay, so in the headline, I said we're talking about all the Convergence, NashBro. We did all those things. And I do feel like there is more to discuss on the site because
you missed the EFX Racer news story.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go back there.
So I'm a little, I don't know. I'm a little confused, but maybe I don't know. So here's what they did. So you had the original EFX Racer, which I reviewed back in like 2014, and it had this same like length and size wing, similar fuselage. And then, you know, a year or two later, they came out with the EF Extra, and this one had the FPV pod. It's got a bigger motor. It's got more space in the fuselage, and it's got clipped wings, and that all kind of made it faster. And so now they've got this new terracotta edition, which I love this color scheme, by the way. I've always liked orange.
But it's a super long wing.
And it's back to the standard size wing, but with like a bigger fuselage like the EF Extra and the bigger motor. And I'm just not sure if it's faster or not. I thought that the clipped wings would be faster, but maybe these, I always thought they handled similarly, but the EF Extra would roll quicker, like tighter, faster.
Yes.
With the clipped wings. So I don't know. Maybe more people preferred this one from their research. I don't know. But
why is there a photo of this in somebody's living room? That's strange.
Oh, that's from the thread. Oh. That's the Horizons competition V900.
Oh,
it's a similar category airplane for a similar price. So they're talking about them, comparing them in the thread there.
Well, it sure is good looking. And this came out this morning, eh?
I don't know if they. Yeah, I mean, that's why I got the email, saw it, and said, "Heck yeah!" Because I mean, it's a great fun airplane. I still have my EF Extra, and I still fly it from time to time. And it's just when you want to go blast around the sky at 100+ mile an hour, and you know, just they feel like they're just locked in. You can point roll on the deck, inverted, do all that stuff, get low and play hard, and not worry about it because it's just really good flying airplane.
We want to thank our podcast sponsor and our YouTube sponsor, our Hangout sponsor, Hobby King at hobbyking.com. Always coming out with good stuff. And I have a little inside info that they have a series of great airplanes coming out all summer into Christmas. So keep your eyes out. And we will be promoting and featuring these on the site just like this. So hopefully you'll know about everyone that shows up.
Yeah. Oh, and did you see the Kit Bash article I put out a couple days ago? Right there, the Whippet with the ducted fan on it.
I wondered, you know, I didn't actually look. I thought, where did he get this photo?
Yeah, I saw it, and it was like he took a Habu, you know, UMX Habu ducted fan power system and put it on his Whippet, you know, DLG, and made a little ducted fan glider. I was like, that's so cool, and it just got me thinking about, you know, when I used to do stuff like that.
Where's the video of this?
I didn't find one.
Give me.
But it was just, I was just like, hey, you know, post up your Kit Bash stories and pictures and videos. So let's, you know, see what happens when you mash parts together from different airplanes and what you create out of it. And, you know, it's just, they're fun. It's something interesting. It's something you kind of engineer and make your own. So, I mean, it's just kind of another part of the hobby that you don't really talk about a lot.
We had a review come out from Nikolai, the Phoenix model, Spitfire 5061 gas EP ARF. And I think Nikolai was excited about this thing. Look at that. That's pretty hot.
It's very detailed out. Even the rubber exhaust extensions out the bottom, super scale.
Wow.
That's an inside joke for me and Nick. Nobody else would know what I'm saying there.
Okay, so this is Phoenix, and that's from Tower, and the price is $669.99. He included a link to the manual, which I think is great. Where's the video? At the bottom? I always put mine at the top because that's the only thing I really want to see sometimes. Dang! Nick, if you're watching, which I know you are, this is very detailed review.
It was a lot to proofread, I'll tell you that.
I think you win. You might win Reviewer of the Year award. I don't know. Hubba Holly. Hoo. I've never said that before. Wow. The reason I'm impressed is because I've been doing reviews on this site for over 10 years. And I think the hardest thing to review was real flight, usually out of the whole year of every year. But this thing is intense. Boy, how would you like to be a pilot and have to wear all that stuff?
I'd like to survive, I'll tell you that. It's a good looking airplane.
Dang nabbit. Look at that. Did he do that or did it come that way with the oil?
What do you think? What do you think?
I think it came that way. Nikolai, I can't look at the live chat or we might blow up. Nick says he didn't know there were awards. Awards.
It's a real, is it like a lamp with a leg and stockings?
Yeah. It's
almost that time of year. Come on.
Where the heck is the video?
It's in there. Right.
I'm sure everyone loves this rapid scrolling.
Keep going.
La, 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 la,
there it is.
RCGroups and Flying Giants proudly present the Phoenix Model Giant Spitfire Flying Giants review. It's an exclusive, folks. It's retro. It's the Spitfire. It literally spits fire. Let's zoom in for a better look.
I like it.
Like it a lot. Hi, I'm Nikolai Zinsley.
Yeah, what are those two things sticking out the bottom? Those white things. What are those?
Those are fangs.
I don't remember seeing those on the real ones.
Oh, okay. It's right in front of the intake too. What kind of hat does Nick have on? An AMA hat supporting the hobby? Is that
it's got wings on it.
Yes, yeah. Nice shirt.
Is that plane really big or is Nick a midget?
I think Nick wears an L size shirt.
Is this a park flyer?
Based on this.
I haven't seen
it's
it in a year.
Super smooth. And what I like is the smoothness. And then it's smooth. What I want to really go over here is it's smooth on the side. And then it's smooth around the canopy. It's smooth opening.
Brian, I did see one. Somebody took a fuselage that they had crashed or whatever and turned it into a lamp. I don't remember where I see it. I couldn't really find it. But
you're referencing.
I think it'd be really cool if you did one and showed us.
Why is there a spotlight on the back? Oh, it's a mirror. Got it. For dogfighting. Yes. I know. Anyway, I want to get back to how smooth this wing is.
Hey, the AMA is on the live chat.
The AMA?
What's up, Model Aircraft?
Hey, AMA, we already talked about Chad Boudreau's recent story, and we did a feature on it. We showed the video. We discussed it. I wonder who that is on the AMA. It could be Mandy. It could be Chad. Anyway. Ooh, look at that. A slow motion takeoff shot. Super sexy. Wow. Come on. Where's Matt Gunn when you need him? Matt's at his desk somewhere and he's making noises he doesn't know why.
Constantly in his head.
Yeah, it's more stupid when you're by yourself.
I don't think it's any less stupid.
Okay. Well, if you want to see the greatest review of the year, go see Nikolai Zinsley's Phoenix Model Spitfire EPR. I did see this, Jason. This is pretty interesting. Emotech, and I've actually eaten steak dinners with these guys. Also,
bunch of good dudes.
Some sort of shot they concocted at their tent. But this is a magnetic, and I believe there's a video. You didn't show the video. Well, this latch is activated with a magnet, right?
Yeah.
You turn it on, you lock it and unlock it with a magnet.
Yep. It's like, I don't know. It's the future, man. It's so cool to be able to do that.
And they have a video somewhere.
Well, it was on a place where you couldn't grab it without not doing bad things.
Nargan. Well, since the AMA's on, we need to talk about Greg Stone one more time. Greg wrote me and said, I'm running and I would love for you to talk about it. And I said, just send me your information. I would be happy to do this for anyone who's running for anything except illegal things, which would not involve the AMA. Hey, I'm losing my voice. So there's Greg. Go check it out. See if he's a California-based AMA member, and it looks to me like he's out there shaking all the hands and the babies based on the photos, which I only included 1 or 2 here, but he's going everywhere. Okay, I'm going to kick it over to the live chat and see what they want to talk about. Live chatters, is there anything you want to talk about? Any story we need to go to? Jason's haircut regime.
I was thinking about doing that tomorrow, actually. I could do that live right now. No.
Hold on. Let's stop this and take a quick look at Jason's hair. Jason,
no,
go ahead.
I need my Memoji.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this, but my Memoji's country.
It's super creepy, that guy.
That guy, he starts talking like his country.
Can you put your Can you put your
like
phone on and then hold the phone up to the video and then you can?
It's going to work because it's got to be able to see my face, but you got to be able to see my face.
Maybe you can flip your camera around.
Here we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna stick this. All right. I don't know. Can you see my phone at all?
Yes.
Oh. So this is my Memoji face, and it looks sort of like me, but he talks real country like. He's always like, "Get on out here." Mm-hmm. And he says like things all country like, and he's like from the South. And he just likes to get things done. He told us one guy how to take care of some wasps by getting a goat because it's a well-known fact that wasps don't like goats. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, that's the Memoji.
Hey, do me a favor and make him list out nuts. Pine nut.
You got pine nuts, you got walnuts, you got
hickory nuts,
pistachio nuts.
Pistachio really makes my mom mad.
Good nuts. Wow.
You really went there, man.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we're coming up on the hour, and Jason went there, and we have talked about going to the field. We've talked about some news.
Internuts.
Lots of great airplanes coming out. Did you say locking nuts?
I said lock nuts and spinner nuts. Oh my goodness. Where are we doing right now?
Took me off the thread.
I got him. Yes.
Really, it's going to be hard to get back on topic here.
We have finally gotten Jim speechless. Hey, somebody's calling me. I
bet they are after that performance. Looks like it's about to rain outside. It's a little cloudy. Like we said, Jason's headed out next week. I'm headed out next week. And a lot of new airplanes showing up. I really am hoping to get that little Pitts. Be awesome if it just randomly showed up a day before the show. That would be cool.
Oh yeah. I don't know anything.
What else is in the office? I've got nothing on all my reviews are done. Jason is finishing up on his Convergence. And Cy Jones says we're off our meds. Luckily, I'm never on meds, so I can never go off them.
Yeah, you cross their nuts, they're gonna get stuck. You don't want stuck nuts.
All right. Wow. I've never been here before. Maybe we should work on this whole routine at, well, we can't, whatever, next show. All right. Hey, I want to thank the AMA for jumping in the live chat. Very awesome. I want to thank Hobby King for always being there like an uncle or a grandparent of, always stand. Okay. Really, we should stop this podcast immediately.
Y'all come back now.
I want to thank my cat for being awesome. And anyway, just keep an eye out. Always new stories coming out on RC Groups, always new reviews. Congratulations to Nick Live for winning Reviewer of the Year. And Woo! That's it. Woo! All right, y'all. I'm Jim T. Graham, Jason Cole. This has been the RC Groups YouTube Hangout.
Yeah,
Jason, you really took me off the rails there, man. Out of every podcast we've ever done, when have I ever gone off the rails?
Love it.
Oh, yeah. I saw the dog.
By the way. You're not on
yet? I haven't turned it off yet. I thought maybe we could save it at the end. I saw the dog go by, but I wasn't sure if I was seeing a ghost or not. So I thought maybe it was coming out of anyway. I barely saw the dog go by. Oh, that reminds me of a haunted story that I'm not going to. Yeah, we're simmering down now. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Holy cow. Next week will be so much better.